And that summit will come as China has been slamming the deployment of the THAAD system to South Korea for months now, fearing its radar could scan its own missile deployments. But reports out of China say Beijing has installed its own state-of-the-art radar that can monitor the entire Western Pacific, and that includes the entirety of South Korea and Japan. Our Hwang Hojun with the details.
While protesting the deployment of the THAAD missile defense system in South Korea, calling it a threat to its national security, Chinese state media has reported that China has installed another over-the-horizon Tianbo radar in Inner Mongolia. Its main objective is detecting an opponent's missile launch and the localization of an intercontinental ballistic missile. Within a minute, Tianbo can confirm the target to strike as it detects the light and heat radiating from the propellant of a launched missile. The over-the-horizon radar, which was installed in January, has a range of about 3,000 kilometers, enabling it to detect not only South Korea and Japan, but even the Western Pacific. That's far bigger than the coverage of THAAD's X-band radar, which has a range of 600 to 800 kilometers. According to the Chinese media, the Tianbo radar can also detect U.S. F-35B stealth fighters deployed at the Iwakuni base in Japan. It can also monitor aircraft carriers and warships within its radius. It said the installment was China's countermeasure to Washington's ambition to monitor China and Russia, in an apparent reference to the THAAD deployment. The Pentagon has described the THAAD deployment as a defensive measure against North Korea after the country continued to pursue nuclear weapons and tested a number of ballistic missile systems. It was just last week that Pyongyang launched 4 ballistic missiles into the East Sea. North Korean state media reported that it was practicing attempts to hit U.S. military bases in Japan with a number of recently launched missiles. Shortly after, the U.S. has started deploying the THAAD system, with the first equipment arriving in South Korea last Monday. Hwang Hojun, Arirang News.